Yeah. Hey. Well, yeah. Goonies never say die. You know what time it is. We got horror suspense. Listen, Kevin Trav digging in the bin. Dirty Dancing in Encino Man. You never know what you'll find in Uncle Doug's bin. What's in the bin? Yeah, Uncle Doug's bin. He's got all these flicks from way back when. Marty McFly in the DeLorean. Gotta love the cage and whatever he's in. Face off Snake Eyes, you know it's a win. What's in the bin? Yeah, Uncle Doug's bin. What's in the bin? Yeah, Uncle Doug's bin. What's in the bin? Yeah, Uncle Doug's bin. What's in the bin? Yeah, let's begin.
Welcome to Uncle Doug's DVD Extras, where we don't give you the plot, but we do give you some movie-related conjecture, some special edition features, and there may even be a few jokes along the way. I'm your host, Travis.
And I'm your host, Kevin.
Kevin, it has been some weeks, I'll say, since we've been on the old microphones together, and we've had a few Uncle Doug DVD bin episodes drop in the interim. Things seem to be going pretty well.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, let this be the time that we cross microphones again, my friend, and record for all those amazing listeners that we have out there. That I was so excited to see that people are responding to the episodes. I don't know about you, Trav.
It's been incredible to see that. I don't know if we should trust the stats they give to us. They could just be giving us any number. But I'm inclined to believe several dozen people are super into this. Into it.
At least, man. No,
That's right.
It has been a while since we recorded. As everybody knows, we kind of record a season and we let those drop. But here we are recording a bonus episode because we just couldn't help ourselves. Trav, I lay bare before you, my friend. I missed recording with you.
Oh, I missed recording with you too, Kev. And in the time between since that last episode that we recorded and now, I feel like our friendship has only grown tighter, stronger. So here, folks, you'll hear an even stronger friendship. This is like Dirty Dancing. This is Dirty Podcasting. We're going to pick each other up and twirl along the way today.
That's right, you miserable piece of
What? And see, that's like
it's the friendly banter you get.
Yeah, that's the all in the family kind of thing. Yeah.
I guess I'm the Archie Bunker, but like less racist Archie Bunker. I really like everybody.
Less.
I guess in the end they tried to say that Archie Bunker, yes, he said a lot of racist stuff, but he at the end of the day, I guess he was like a nice guy and was supposed to be, whatever. I don't know. I'm more of a Sanford and Son guy. If I'm watching sitcoms of that era, I'm going Sanford and Son because, by God, Red Fox is one of the funniest human beings that has ever lived.
Red Fox is the funniest human being to ever live. There's no maybe. There's no one of.
Ooh.
He's a funny dude. Yeah, and when I was in my freshman year in college, I actually had a shirt with Red Fox on it that said, "This is the big one," and I was pretty cool. And I think I might have been the only kid that knew who that was, but I was huge. The two channels I watched as a teenager were TV Land and Discovery Channel because I was a bit of a nerd. But TV Land had Red Fox on, had that Sanford and Son.
Man, and he had that heart attack bit that he did every show, and you would think, okay, a guy does a bit every show, it stops being funny. It never stops being funny. Like, wait,
not once.
Wait, it's never not funny. That's what I was trying to say. I'm not sure if that's exactly what I said the way I said it.
It made sense to me, and I agreed with it. But yeah, and you know what? Sanford and Son, big deal in the 70s.
Oh, yeah.
Which fits our theme today, because today we're going to be talking about our top 5 70s horror movies. It's so hard to narrow down. Like if you said, what's your top 5 horror movies ever? It's hard. It's hard. I like narrowing it down by decade maybe, or by specific horror genre, subgenres. So today we're going to be focused on the 70s, which means years from now when we've done more and more and more Uncle Doug's DVD bin. It's you know what's hard to say, Kevin?
What's that, bud?
Uncle Doug's DVD bin. I don't know why I want to just keep going.
Well, you had a lot going on there for a minute, man. You got so upset about like having to nail down your horror movies, you slapped your microphone. And
I know, I didn't mean to do that. I'm sorry, microphone. I'm sorry. It's all in the family's coming out of me. But I'm just saying
that's
that means,
more of a honeymooners, man.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, which is not aged well. Didn't age well then. But my point is, we have more DVD extras on this topic for years to come. This is an evergreen. We do the 70s this year. We do the 80s next year, the 90s, the 2000s, the comedy horror, the this and that, the this and that. We're planting a seed here. We're going to be doing this podcast for forever because this DVD bin, so big, so big.
It is stacked, man, to the ceiling. I will tell you that. And I was super excited. I think you came up with the idea to do the 1970s horror movies, and I, as a genre, I think horror movies peaked in the 1970s. Now, there's some great 80s, 90s, 2000s, whatever. But when you think about horror at the peak of its like artistic merit, its creativity, like really inventing the genre and what it's going to be, it's the 1970s, man. There's just nothing better.
I think 70s leads the scares, like the big scares. It gets a little more campy as you go. The 80s pick up. Creature features have been around for forever, of course, but you get away from a little bit of that in the 70s, and especially the mainstream. You get a lot of, like religious bent type of, like the piousness of something like the Exorcist or the Mom and Carrie or all this other stuff. They bring like religion into it, which is kind of a dicey thing to do, mainstream. And we get better practical effects, so you get bigger, more believable, things like Jaws and that kind of thing. So, I at first I balked when you said it peaked, but now that I'm thinking about it, I think the 70s leads in terms of legitimate scares, and everything after that's trying to get back to what we had in the 70s.
Yeah, I actually saw you working that out in your mind as you were talking through it. You're like, you know what? Maybe Kevin's not a total idiot. He's an idiot, but not a total idiot. And I really appreciated that, Trev.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard. My knee jerk is Kevin's an idiot, and then I have to talk myself back. Talk myself back out of it.
Oh man, I do sort of feel bad that we didn't have our ceremony of pulling the DVD out of the bin. I know that Doug really appreciates that, but don't worry, guys. We're gonna go through our top 5 horror movies from the 70s here in a bit, but we are gonna have a little commentary from Doug. There's gonna be a little splash of Doug in here that we'll get to in a bit.
Yeah, Doug. He was excited for us to do this, and of course we couldn't list out our top 5s and not give away what Doug's favorite is. I mean, he's the whole reason we're doing this. He's the one that has all the DVDs. I did walk past the DVD. I can't say it. I can't say DVD bin with any confidence.
Thank God, because most movies in the 70s didn't come out on DVD, so we should be okay.
It's true. I mean, he gets those reprints from Walmart that are only in standard def. I don't know why he does that, but anyway, I was walking past the DVD bin earlier, and I saw the Adventures of
way
Ford
more
Fairlane
DVDs
in there.
than you needed in that, actually.
I know. I'm practicing for when I try to say it normal. I saw the Adventures of Ford Fairlane on top, and I was like, I'm so glad we reach into the bottom of the bin to get movies, and that we don't just scrape off the top. Good Lord, we'd be stuck with some weird stuff if we just scraped right off the top.
And Andrew Dice Clay, man. Whatever happened to that guy? Is he still out there? Like, hey, listen, I mean... It's such a
I don't know.
gimmick.
I'm sure every HR department in America has like a red dot on his house, though. Don't let him near us.
But I would equally say every employer in America has someone comparable to Andrew Dice Clay that works for him. So it's just the universe balancing itself.
That's a fair and unfortunate truth.
It is. You were talking about as we have grown as friends, we've been doing some improv shows together, bud. We've been getting on stage. We've done a bunch of venues, bunch of shows. That has been super exciting. It's like I'm watching my little guy take the training wheels off. You're getting out there, you're crushing those laughs. You did a musical improv show.
Yeah, but I removed myself from all of the singing games intentionally so that I would have a great night and everyone else would leave feeling a little bit like they didn't deliver. But I thought it was good, and I think you're right. We've done some great shows. I know in our one of our recent episodes, The Neverending Story, we brought up. We had just done a show. It was our first full show. After COVID, we had done some private shows. We come out, we do a show for the public at a certain establishment. We go on that podcast and we shout that out. We say, wow, that was a lot of fun. And brand new establishment, go check that out. And then it closed. before that episode came out. So we might be cursed.
I think
you said something about cursed objects earlier. We might be a cursed object.
Yeah, I think so. I think that episode was cursed because I was trying to help promote it on the Discord, and I inadvertently posted the wrong Neverending Story poster for Neverending Story 2 and got I won't say that I got lambasted, but I got a little roasted. I got a little roasting, you know?
I mean, as you should expect when you post the but then you backed the bus over me, which was fun.
Well, I mean, you did use my account to post it, but that's fine. I was going to take credit, and it's fine.
Sure.
It's fine. I was gonna take the
I have all your passwords for sure, yeah. Well, all said, that was a good episode. We've released some really good episodes. I think they've only gotten better as we've gone. We've got a couple more left this season after this DVD bin business, but I do feel bad. I don't know if it's wise for us to shout out any more venues on here until we're sure the curse is broken.
Well, Versus was the place that closed, so we can go ahead and say them. And the owner did sort of change it into a different enterprise, so I don't feel like we totally ruined her life by.
We were the last show there, right? Didn't it close down like the day after we sold out?
It was not very long after we performed there that they closed. Yeah. You know what it was? We were just so good that they were like, we can't have anybody else here. I mean, this is the pinnacle. Like, who else are we going to bring in after these guys?
That's what I was thinking. That's what was on my mind.
The way you paused there, and as long as it took you to say that, it feels like maybe that wasn't what you were thinking.
I'm having a hard brain day today. I can't even say Uncle Doug's DVD bin correctly.
Yeah.
But do you think, Kevin, it's wise, since this is going to drop here slightly before Halloween, and we are semi-aware, we have plans in the making for a show that's going to be coming around the Halloween time that you and I will be involved in. Could we potentially shout that out without risking any cursed chaos?
You can't guarantee anything in this life, but I can tell you this: if you don't tell people we're having a show, nobody will show up. So I think you should tell people we're having a show, Trav. In fact, if you're in the Roanoke area or driving, man, follow Big Lit Conspiracy. That's Trav and I's improv group on the Facebooks and the Instagrams. That's a thing, right? I don't think we have a Twitter, but we are on Facebook and Instagram, and we have a website that Trav commandeered and took over for us. Thank God. And so you can follow us on there. And Trav, you mentioned we had a show coming up. I don't think I have that written down. So if you would I totally know when it is. Just maybe tell me again.
I think it's October, based on what you told me, I think it's October 29th at Ursula's Cafe in Roanoke, Virginia. Yeah. That's Virginia in the United States, of course. And that's going to kick off, around 7? We have a costume party going on there. If you want to dress up for Halloween, come in and press Kev and scare him. And we're going to put on a big spooktacular show.
Yeah, we are. I'm easy to scare. That's why I like horror movies so much. It gets it all out of my system so that when I do go to bed, it's not as scary in the dark.
I know. You've told me this a lot, and I'm starting to believe it.
Well, Chad, what do you think, man? You ready to jump in this top 5? I mean, I guess you and I were like a bride and groom before the wedding. We worked really hard so each other did not see our lists. You don't know my list. I don't know yours. So I'm kind of excited to see what you put on your top 5 list.
Yeah. It was pretty intense. I even shaved down there for you tonight. Wanted to impress you, but
I did not shave up here, as you can see. I have a massive beard, so together,
you do look like Rob Thomas cosplaying as Santa Claus, and that's okay.
You took my own joke about me, Trav.
Hey man,
dirty! It's going to be that kind of episode, is it?
If you're not joke stealing, you're not out there trying. Okay, but I want to cock block you further because we usually sit around this time of the episode. We like to read the reviews of the movies that we're going to cover. We do a who's high on and who's meh on or whatever. But I thought, to reward the pair of folks who have taken the time out of their hard days to hop over on the old iTunes and give us a rating and review, which is very necessary for a podcast's life and their host's own dignity. We certainly appreciate these folks. So we want to shout them out. And then, if you would like to leave your own review of Uncle Doug's DVD bin, look, set it right first try, you can do that. And maybe on the next DVD extras, we'll read those out. So first, Kev, you may know this fella. I'm not sure It's by a name only singularly as Salad? Salade.
Maybe he's Roman. His first name's Caesar.
Roman? Caesar salad?
That was the dumbest joke I could have put in there. I'm so sorry, Trav. I just see the disappointment in your eyes. But, as we go, maybe the listeners will let us make some more puns.
Oh, my God. Jesus Christ. Well, this came from a one salad on 8/18/2022. That'd be this year, of course. Can't wait to dive deeper into the bin. What a fun way to rediscover memorable movies. It's like having a conversation with your funniest friends.
Aww.
That's high praise.
It is. Heck yeah. Man, that made me... You know what? I was a little down in the dumps, You could probably see I'm slouched in my chair, moping a little bit.
Yeah.
And that kind of picked me up a little bit, Made me feel good.
Yeah.
Thanks for pulling that one, and thanks, Salad.
Salad, yeah. And then we have one more here. This one's from Burp747.
Love it already.
Mm-hmm. This came on 9/21/2022. A great listen. It is titled. It says, so fun to revisit these nostalgic movies. Funny, entertaining, and surprisingly informative. Now, Kevin, I don't know why there's a big surprise. I think we're intentionally informative. Why be surprised?
Well, I hate to play devil's advocate here, but Trav, we both have a sort of a southern drawl. And some people associate that with, not being very smart. So maybe, Burp was checking it out. And they're like, well, listen to that southern drawl. Surely these folks won't know box office. But we do. We know what the box office. We know when movies were released. We know stars. And sometimes, you and I, we know some tasty little tidbits, don't we, Trav?
Oh, we sure do. Yeah. And my accent does get hammed up the more I'm around Uncle Doug.
It really does, man. I didn't want to call you out on it, but it's called code switching, and you code switch so hard when you're hanging out with Doug working on his truck.
Yeah, I know. Well, he tells me to slow down when I talk to him.
both actually slowing down and intellectually sort of slowing down. He lives at a slower pace, and that's why he's going to outlive both of us. It's like time dilation, He's living at sea level, and we're at a mountaintop, and that's why Doug exists out of time.
It's crazy, too, because he has been 53 our entire lives. Yeah. The guy is he's timeless. He's like a Benjamin Button that's kind of stuck. I don't know. I don't know. That doesn't really make sense.
He's one of those guys that gets better with age. What can I say? I wouldn't go so far as to call him a silver fox, but maybe like a silver possum.
Yeah. Yes, a silver possum. That is perfect.
That's it, man. I appreciate you. You know what? You surprised me with those reviews, and they actually brought me up a little bit. But do you think that we should get to those top fives, my man?
We might as well.
Who goes first? You go first? I go first? What do you think?
Yeah, I'll go first. I'm happy to go first. All right, so my number 5 favorite 1970 horror movie is 1978's Piranha.
Piranha? What?
Do you enjoy it? You have a big smile on your face. Do you enjoy that movie? I love that movie.
That's a fun one, man. That is a fun one. I'll be honest, I was not expecting Piranha to come out on either one of our lists. Man, that's okay. What was it? 1970?
1978.
1978. Okay. All right. So what do you like about the movie Piranha?
Well, the thing to fill out this list, one of my favorite horror subgenres is the comedy genre. You got your Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, and there are some runner-ups on this list that I had to push out of the way. Piranha fits the bill because not only is it a funny yet silly horror movie, it's actually really good at being scary too. And that's a hard thing to pull off. It has a decent story. It's a notable Jaws ripoff, a very gutsy Jaws ripoff, to the point that I think there might have been even some litigation stewing, and Spielberg waved it off because he was like, no, I like Piranha. No worries. I think that's a real thing. It has a weird moment in it where they're showing off the work that this mad scientist is up to, and there's this weird half lizard dude that they never really talk about, and that's such a mystery. It's like, okay, we're focused on the piranhas, but what was that about?
What was that guy?
Yeah. It's so fun. Directed by Joe Dante. A lot of the actors in it I don't think ever really became household names. Bradford Dillman, Heather Menzies, Kevin McCarthy. But, man, it has decent amount of gore in it, like the piranhas under the water, the blood in the water, and all that stuff. Some tense moments, but also decently funny. There's some moments in there that really get me laughing.
I sort of vaguely, I know I've seen this movie probably a handful of times. Piranhas are in it's like the Great Lakes or somewhere that piranhas are not supposed to be, right? And they are kind of migrating, and there's a scientist that's onto it. Am I getting somewhere close to the plot of this movie?
Yeah, you're pretty close. The way that they're kind of discovered is this young couple stumble across this abandoned U.S. Army test site on this mountain. I think they want to do a little bit of skinny dipping, and they jump in, but that's the ponds that they're using to test these like weapon grade piranhas, and so the couple's basically eaten alive, and their bones float up. But the piranha are slowly making their way out from that facility and getting into the lakes, and so there's kids camps downstream, and they're trying to race to get to these kids so that they don't get eaten by piranhas while they're out there, and a lot of good tense fun.
That is. Did you see the remake or the Piranha 3D that came out in 2010-ish?
I didn't. I'm always afraid to see those movies because I'm like, it's like I don't know.
I think you'd enjoy. It's got Richard Dreyfuss in it. Talk about that Jaws connection. It's got Ving Rhames. It's got Elizabeth Shue. Oh, Elizabeth Shue, call me girl. Christopher Lloyd, one of my favorite actors of all time.
Wow, really?
Yeah, Eli Roth is in it. Jerry O'Connell. Like it's a pretty stacked cast, and it's just as horror comedy-esque as the original. Probably the original is a little bit better if just for the nostalgia of it, but I think you probably enjoy it, man. You have a fun time with it.
Yeah, well, and I think another thing that stands out about Piranhas, it's an indie film from the 70s that went up against the big guys. You know, it ripped off the big scary film, the big Jaws movie, and focused on little fish that were just as equally as scary in mass numbers. And so I think they struck gold with it. I'm always afraid to watch X movie 3D when it riffs off an older property because I'm like, oh, this is just a cash grab. But I didn't realize that it had, you know, the freaking Dreyfuss in there.
Yeah,
kidding me?
Yeah, man.
That's awesome.
Let's circle back about that 3D thing because I have something to say about that later. But my number 5. Are you ready, Trevor? Are you buckled in? Are you strapped?
Never been more ready.
Are your socks on? I think that's a thing that you have to have.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I have knee-high Mario socks on right now.
That does not surprise me in the slightest.
And I'm also wearing short shorts like I just went for a jog in 1970. God, I wanted to fill out the uniform.
Can you do like a beefcake poster for me that I could put on my wall of you wearing that outfit?
Yeah.
But I don't want you have like a regular orange shirt on. I need you to wear like an orange safety vest and nothing underneath it. That's what I need.
Oh, but it's cut off at the belly. I'm not.
Oh,
yeah.
Right on.
Yeah, it's a crop top. Yep.
That's not scarier than my number 5. My number 5 is Phantasm.
Ooh, nice choice.
Yeah, I love Phantasm. Released in just barely the 70s, but 1979. Directed and written by Don Coscarelli, starring Michael Baldwin, Bill Thornberry, and Reggie Bannister. And I want to say right off the bat, a movie that puts a bald man that's not Ed Harris or Patrick Stewart in one of the lead roles, it's got to get some points. Am I right?
Yeah, I think so. I'm trying to list off all the bald men that I like as a leading role, and you're right. Yeah, that's a ballsy move.
It is. And I just love how weird this movie is. I mean, you're talking about, okay, if you haven't seen it, go see it. It's fantastic. But there's this... they call him the Tall Man. Oh, I love that too.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know him by his name. He's the Tall Man, and he's this sort of funereal tall man that wears a suit in kind of grave robs, and he has these little tiny assistants that wear robes that help him in this grave robbing, and there are these spheres that float through the air and have various ways to murder you, and he's doing this for some reason. you don't know why. I mean, there is some kind of covering some of that as you get further into the movie franchise. But he this young man runs afoul of the tall man, and it's just crazy. I love a horror movie that doesn't try to make complete sense. I think, everybody always says, well, the unknown is the scariest thing of all, right? But, like, you need to know a little bit of it. You need to know what you're sort of afraid of, and then the rest is even more terrifying because you don't quite understand it. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, man. I poked over on the IMDb to kind of follow along with a lot of the stats you were dropping. You know how IMDb has, like, a list of keywords for the movies along with it? For some reason, for this one, and it's been a minute since I've seen it, but the top 4 key phrases and words for Phantasm are 1, sex outdoors, 2, sex on the floor, 3, picking up a girl, and 4, premarital sex. And that's before you get to tall man. So people were using some search terms for that. And also the tagline for this movie is, if you're looking for horror that's got balls, it's found you.
Oh, and it does. Big floating metal balls. Now, I pulled a Trav. I went to Letterboxd and I found a review.
I forgot to read my Piranha review.
Oh, you got review. Oh, do it, dude. What is your Piranha review?
You go first. Yep. I'll circle back to mine. We're in Phantasm mode right now.
All right,
Let's
we're in Phantasm mode. I love this. This is reviewed by Gabby. She gave it 2.5 stars. Okay, not a high rating, but that's fine
Gabby.
if you've got a good review, right? She says, "I understand why people like this movie, but it's just not my taste. An additional half star was given for the ending because I couldn't imagine explaining how batshit this movie is without it."
Oh my gosh.
And she's not wrong. Just check this movie out. I'm trying to stay away from spoilers as much as I can. But check it out. It's a really great one. And this is one that I can't fathom why no one has done a remake of this. Like, I mean, the material is there. Like, you've got a strong foundation. I would love to see this one remade with like a decent budget. It'd be great.
Yeah, that would be something else. I am surprised that they've not even at least tried to come out with, what are we on now? Phantasm 4, 5, 6?
Yeah. We need a complete reboot. And set the series on a new path, man. I think that would be awesome. Trav, now don't leave me hanging.
Who would you have as your tall man, though? Who would you have as your new tall man?
Is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar still around?
I think.
Yeah.
Good choice. That was also my choice.
Was it really?
Yeah, we're just thinking of tall guys at this point, right?
That's it. I mean, you could go you almost want to pull somebody. There isn't anybody that has that, like, dark, maybe one of the Skarsgård brothers. Like, you could have one of the, the guy that played
or like a
Pennywise,
Lance Reddick.
Yeah,
you know from The Fringe and Lost and whatnot. He's got some creepy tall thin man vibes.
Yeah, that might be all right. Or Doug Jones. How about Doug Jones? Do you know Doug Jones?
Who's Doug Jones? I don't.
He is the guy that has worn prosthetics more than anybody in Hollywood. Like, he was Abe Sapien in Hellboy. He was the the creepy character in Pan's Labyrinth that has the hands in his eyes. I think he was Pan too in that. He's on the new Star Trek series. He's always that weird tall prosthetic character. He's great. I love him, man. But now
he needs a more memorable name. I mean, don't tell Doug I said that. But
Trav.
Doug Jones. Very base name.
I have literally recording of you saying that Doug's name isn't great. What are you going to do to keep me from playing that for him?
The whole package, Doug Jones. I mean, why not put a middle initial in there, right? Like a Doug P. Jones.
I'm surprised after your run you have enough energy to backpedal that hard.
Uncle Douglas knows that we're pals. He would understand.
All right, man. Give me that Piranha review. I'm jonesing for it. I'm missing it.
You're Doug Jonesing for it. All right. This is from Audrey.
Why?
Audrey. I thought you walked into that. I thought you did that on purpose. I thought you laid that up to me like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. All right, we got Audrey Farnsworth. This is from September 2020. 5 stars. Audrey's pretty high on Piranha. She says, what are these teens even swimming in? Is this a hazardous waste aquarium? What is this? Is this a sea dump? What is it? This looks like a fucking river jail. What is this? Why would you swim in that, dude? Very concerned about the opening scene of the movie. Yeah. I don't think she got 5 stars, though. She was like, what is it? 5 stars. Can't believe these kids would swim in that.
Do you think she just gave it 5 stars so she didn't have to keep watching it?
Maybe, but I mean, whatever helps Piranha get more eyes, I'm down. 5-star it. Thanks, Audrey.
Oh, man. All right. How about your number 4, Trav? What do you got, man?
All right. So where Piranha kind of, Piranha surprised you. I don't think any of my top 4 are going to surprise you, okay? These are going to be pretty normie selections, but hey, these things are classics for a reason because people like me love them so much. My number 4 is going to be 1973's The Exorcist.
What? That is so surprising to me, Travis. No, it's not surprising. It's not.
Good.
It is
good.
Not. That is a banger of a movie. That movie scares me, Trav.
Good. Well, it should be on your list then somewhere. I'm assuming it's not, by the way you're behaving.
Yeah.
But, well, it's my number 4. Of course, directed by William Friedkin. I read the book last year, actually.
Yeah.
The movie and the book, very strong relationship, very well done. The book, still worth a read. If you like the movie, you'll like the book. If you like the book, you'll like the movie. Maybe one of the better adaptations of anything I've ever read. You get a lot of that inside, like, the thought processes that you get in a book that you don't get in a movie. Oh, it's good and dark. You'll love it.
Yeah.
What were you going to ask?
Well, I was going to say Friedkin treated The Exorcist like he was filming a documentary. Like he had such, I don't know if reverence would be the right word, but appreciation or interest in the book that he was absolutely obsessed with trying to get as many details right as he could for the film.
Yeah, reverence actually feels like a very fitting word for this. And he also did The French Connection, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, good stuff. Stars Ellen Burstyn, Linda Blair, of course, and Max von Sydow as one of the old priests there. So yeah, I mean, I don't need to go through The Exorcist plot synopsis wise to give everybody a rundown. You know, it's about a 12-year-old girl that gets possessed, and a couple old dudes have to go there and talk her out of it. But it's awesome.
It's awesome. Why do you think so in the novel, it's a boy, right, that gets possessed by the demon. Is it a girl in the novel?
It's a girl.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, still Reagan. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought for some reason...
You think he's going to have so much reverence, he's not going to use the same character?
That's fair.
Dude's loaded with reverence.
It's just dripping with it. Man,
dripping.
I remember the first time I saw this movie, I was staying over at a friend of mine's house, and his parents had rented, and I was very young, way too young to see this movie. I was maybe 7 or 8, somewhere around there.
Oh, that is young for this one, yeah.
And they had rented kids movies for us, and we'd watch those, and they're like, all right, you two go on off to bed. And so we scampered up to his bedroom, but he's like, we can sneak back down and we can watch the adult movie. We can watch the grown-up movie that they're watching, right?
Oh,
and
yeah.
So their living room faced the TV, and behind that was where the stairs that went upstairs. So we creeped down the stairs. We were kind of huddled down halfway down the stairs, and we watched this movie. We watched The Exorcist, right? And I could just remember walking back to his room down the dark hallway, just this is it. The devil's going to get me. This is where it happens.
Yeah.
I've invited the devil in, and this is what's going to happen. And weeks went by, and I was still disturbed, but I couldn't tell any grown-ups because I thought I would get in trouble for sneaking down to see this movie, man.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's proper kid logic. Would rather die of a demon than tell your parents so you don't get in trouble. That's how it goes. But yeah, man, I mean, there are a few things. Again, we're not spoiling too much in here, but there are a few scenes in here that will just stick with anybody that watches it. The head spin is a big one. That's a big one. And the vomit scene's a big one. So I think it holds up. I'm not going to be one of those people that's like, if you haven't watched this classic movie, what have you been doing with your life? Man, I miss movies. I have missed a ton of classics. So if you've not seen The Exorcist, I won't tell anyone. Just go do it.
Yeah.
Just go do it.
You gotta check
Get it done.
You gotta check it out. That's a good one.
Oh, wait. I have my review. My review's from Dan.
Yeah.
It's 4 stars from just Dan from May of 2017. Dan says, he has a typo off the gate. I'm going to blame that stutter on Dan. He says, I love thee that there. No, Dan. What he meant to say was, I love that their strat to get the demon out was have boring old men come talk to it about religion. I would leave too.
You know what? Dan pulled it out there and then. Yeah, he might have had a little grammar up front, but he did. He pulled it out.
Typo forgiven, Dan. You came out on top, bud.
Well, I love it, man. All right, my number 4. You ready? This is a good one, Trav. I bet this is on your list. Suspiria.
Not on my list.
What?
Good pull, though.
It is. It is fantastic. Released in 1977. Directed by Dario Argento. Starring Jessica Harper, Stefania Cassini, and Flavio Bucci. And this movie, if I wanted to describe the plot to you, I couldn't. All right? I have seen this movie probably close to 10 times. I mean, I get it. There's a lady or a young lady who goes to a dance academy and weird murder things start happening. But beyond that, it is so incomprehensibly strange and weird and a lot of choices. Obviously this movie gets praised in a weird way. I don't know if it's praised, but like for the creativity of a lot of the death scenes that happen in this movie. And one that just sticks with me is the one where the girl falls in the pit of like razor wire and she's just thrashing around trying to get out. Just, ugh. Ooh, that's rough.
Yes. And there's also like a maggot scene, if I remember right, that gave me the heebie-jeebies. Very visceral movie.
It is.
Good.
It was... And I tried to do a little bit of research on it because I know I was going to be talking about it. And I knew like maybe I'm not smart enough to know everything about the movie. And so what Argento was trying to accomplish was this sort of horror retelling of a fairy tale. Not any particular fairy tale, but that was sort of the tone and the aesthetic that he was going for. So that's why like a lot of the colors are just sort of deeply saturated. And it's this weird, almost like dreamlike state that we find a lot of the characters in and a lot of the environments and that sort of thing. And it just adds this unsettling quality to it. Like the rules of the real world no longer apply. And so you have this weird dreamlike state that you find yourself in as you're watching these really horrific things happening. It's a very like affecting movie psychologically. At least I think it is.
It is. I saw this like 5 or 6 years ago, I think, and I'm glad that you said you didn't know, or you had a hard time like describing the plot, because when you said the name of the movie, I was like, yeah, I've seen that. No idea what it was about. I remember dancing in maggots, but I remember liking it, and that's the thing. I think I remember like having fun with it, and I looked on IMDb expecting, this is the kind of movie that no one gets and ends up with like a 4 out of 10. But no, it's decent, strong 7 out of 10 movie, which I think is good for a movie like this. That's pretty good around the board rating.
Yeah,
so,
it's had a huge influence
surprises me
on every horror director since. I mean, whether they want to admit it or not. I mean, it's a hugely influential film, and it did really well in the U.S. and it had this ridiculous like by today's standards it's not scary, but it had this trailer where this like you see the back of this woman's head and there's like a little poem like roses are red, violets are blue, something, and then she's like, but I have an iris in my hair, and then like it turns around and you realize it's been a skull the whole time and it says I will kill you or something like that. And I could just imagine like that popping up on your TV in the 1970s and you just never seen anything like it. It probably would be unsettling and scary. You're thinking like, oh, this is going to be like a romantic, oh my god, it's a skull face.
Yeah. And that would have been around the age, that would have been the thing that caused, that's why the boomer generation went south, was that scene. They retracted at that moment. They were like, oof. We need to mistreat the young.
And it did really well for American audiences too. I mean, it had a great box office here. And I got to tell you, Elisa Chambray over on the Letterboxd gave it some stars. When I copied it over, I missed how many stars she gave it, but her review is priceless. It is, I don't know how to feel.
Yeah.
Which
That's how you let off. That's how I would describe it.
Yep.
Yeah, perfect.
Yep. Elisa Chambray, you nailed it, my friend.
I was going to say, I think that's what Argento was going for. He wanted that reaction.
Yeah.
I don't know how to feel.
Yeah. Well, that's sort of how I live my life. That's actually not true. I know what to feel. I just shove it way down inside so I don't have to feel it. It's way easier that way.
Feeling sucks.
It really does. But you know what? I'm really willing to feel is your number 3 pick.
Oh, weird.
That was a weird transition, wasn't it?
Well, only because you're going to be feeling Carrie, a
What?
1976 Brian De Palma, swinging and hitting, knocking it right out of the park. Stephen King classic. Good book too.
Mm-hmm.
Good book too. Another one that had a lot of reverence in the making in the film. But Carrie's great, man. Carrie honestly is almost like a superhero origin story. It's so good. I love it because it's not. I mean, it's sad.
Mm-hmm.
It's more sad than scary, to be fair. It has a lot of visceral moments, and it has a lot of like you just feel sorry for Sissy Spacek's character, Carrie, most of the time, and you want that revenge moment, and you're waiting for it, and you want it. And you might even know it's coming.
Mm-hmm.
You know, even if it's your first day on Earth, you're like, all right, well, this movie has to end with her just fucking going off. And that payoff is really good.
Yeah.
That ending, the prom sequence, like that 7 minutes of her her eyes like taped open. I'm pretty sure that's how they got that to work. But her eyes peeled back and she's just staring around and telekinesis and everywhere. Dude, I love that. I get charged up. I watch Carrie before every fight.
Wait. Are you a bare knuckle brawler? I mean, like, what do you mean you watch Carrie before? And do you watch the whole movie or just the prom scene?
I do about last 10 minutes right there.
Yeah.
Right? Because she's at prom, she's happy. Mm-hmm. The bully's not allowed into the prom. They're kind of watching her through the gym. They've already set up that red paint. I'm giving away the movie a bit.
No, it was Pig's Blood, right? It was
it was Pig's Blood.
Yeah.
I was thinking like they used paint.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah. Pig's blood. They tip it off on her head. She's then it all goes crazy. Ugh, it's so good. And she starts off soft too. She starts hitting them with hoses at first, and then she's like, you know what? I'm a little bit bored. I'm just gonna start killing them. Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
And doesn't she flip over John Travolta's car and kill him too? He's
a bastard in that movie. He's a no bueno amigo in that one.
Yeah,
for sure. Do you like Carrie? You've been kind of stroking your beard pensively the whole time. You into it?
Yeah, man. I do like that one. I was thinking it's actually maybe time for me to rewatch that because it has been a really long time since I've watched it. And I just remember that scene like when she's in the shower and all the girls are like picking on her and throwing like sanitary products at her and stuff, and then like she goes home. And it is one of the I think it's the first movie I can remember watching where I really identified with someone who, in the end, ended up being like a murderer or a killer or whatever. Mm-hmm. You had almost like an anti-hero. And because I saw this one, because a lot of times horror movies tend to be pretty clean cut. Guy with axe kills innocent people until they manage to kill him, right? That generally is the format in that. But in this one, it was much more complicated, right? Like she's all of this trauma. Yeah. And doesn't know where to put it. And then on top of that, she has this power, that she's been carrying with her. And
carrying. Yep.
Oh, man. I love it.
Improv. We're good at this. We're good.
I wanted to hate that one, but I love it, Trav. It was so good. But, like, just the feeling, too, of, like, putting yourself in Carrie's shoes. She has this moment where she thinks maybe things are going to turn around. She's got this great date. She thinks, this is it. And then, boom, she gets this pig blood dumped on her. She's humiliated. Everyone's laughing at her. And then the feeling of just release, letting out that pent-up like hate and anger and power she has inside herself and just finally getting revenge. Man, that is satisfying. Man, that is a good pick. That's a good pull there, Trav.
I love it. In the interviews with Sissy Spacek, she actually describes that part of the movie as an orgasm. She was like, it's kind of an orgasmic moment because you're so at this point, you're so repressed with the main character that you're begging for violence against anyone. You're like, somebody please fight for this girl. And then she does it. She freaking does it. And then she goes home to mommy, which, folks, watch the movie. I don't think we spoiled enough. Go check it out. It's still good.
I mean, if anybody has
good.
made it like the subsequent 40-some years without at least seeing like her covered in pig blood, I don't know how they've done it. But you should definitely check that movie out for sure.
Yeah, it's a good one. I was talking to Doug about this when he was like, crazy thing is she had a better time at her prom than I did.
Good God, Doug. What happened at his prom?
I'm afraid to ask. That's just what he said.
Some mysteries are better left unanswered with Doug.
I know. I do have a review here. It's 3.5 star from Carly, and it's with italicized font with some various.
Trav, I gotta know, is it a C or a K?
Oh, this is a Karleigh.
Oh, I
Carly.
like that. I like that. I haven't seen that spelling before.
I do kind of like it. Yeah. She says, with no grammar or punctuation, someone get this girl a heating pad and some ibuprofen, please.
Honestly, I've been having some back trouble, so an ibuprofen and a heating pad don't sound all that bad, Trav.
It applies to a lot of situations. Yeah.
It really does. Well, jumping in to my number 3. This is not going to surprise you, Trav. This isn't going to shock you. This isn't going to knock your socks off, though it might.
They're up to my knees.
Alien, Trav.
Oh, we're going to hear about that one again in a minute, Kev.
Oh, okay. Well, let's just put a pin in that, man.
No, let's talk about it now because it's actually my number 2. We might as well.
Shut up.
Let's stick it together. You're 3 and my 2 just getting it on right now. 1979, Alien.
1979, man. Directed by Ridley Scott, starring Sigourney Weaver, Tom Skerritt, and John Hurt, and some other great characters. I think Ian Holm's in that too.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole cast is just amazing. What could two schmucks like us say about Alien that hasn't already been said? Except, man, I love it. It's so good.
It is really good. The thing when I go back and watch it now, like the first time I watched it, I was fixated on all the basic things that you fixate on the first time you watch a movie. There's a scary thing and it's trying to get me. But the more I dive into it, I really appreciate how there's a good dichotomy between like the group scenes, the conversations that they have feel very real in that movie compared to other movies. Like when they're just all sitting around the table talking trucker stuff, just hanging out with their cat. I'm like, man, this is this feels normal. This feels natural. But then there's like these isolated moments too. He does a really good job of kind of making you feel alone and isolated and scared. And I don't know. I feel like that dichotomy of safe and unsafe is really pronounced in that movie more so than a lot of others that I like.
Yeah, it really is. I love to. There's a bit of factoid about the scene where the chest burster comes out, right? And Ridley Scott didn't want the actors that were in the scene to see it popping out. They wanted it to be a surprise, so he got a genuine reaction from them. Which, first of all, Ridley, they're actors, okay? Like, just let them do acting. You don't need to scare the piss out of them to get a scene. But fine, we'll just ignore that. So when that chest burster came out, and that actress is having just, like, hyperventilating, everybody's screaming. They thought the first little, like at first that was it. But then the freaking thing just, like, pops out, and they're all just, wide-eyed.
Oh, my God.
I guess... I mean, I don't like torturing actors. I think that's not a good thing. But I do have to say, Ridley did get one heck of a good scene there.
Yeah, he nailed it. I mean, what if it did? What if it had not turned out like there was a smudge on the lens, right? And they're like, dang.
Well, you just you lose the trust too of your actors, where it's like, okay, guys, we're gonna film this scene. Nothing weird's gonna happen. Okay,
really? Yeah, that's a good point.
And the H.R. Geiger kind of designs for the ship and the creature, and also Trav, the cat survives. You gotta love that, right,
dude? That cat's in there a lot. There's like 3.5 minutes worth of that cat. I did look it up. There's a YouTube video that just puts all the scenes with the cat in it combined. 3.5 minutes of that cat in there, and it does survive.
I think the cat gets more jump scares than the actual alien. Like, he's 90% of the jump scares in that movie. If you had to take your kiddies, okay, Ralph and Leonard, and put them on a spaceship, which do you think would come out on top against the alien?
It's probably Leonard. And I know that sounded like I was disappointed in that choice, but you know, I love Ralph, but he's just too nice. He would try to be the alien's friend, and Leonard would do a good job of getting out of trouble.
You get out of harm's way, right, man? Wow,
yeah.
I do really, really like that movie. And every time I go back and watch it, like, it takes me for the same journey each time. Like, I never feel like I'm not invested in the characters or interested in it. We actually, over on Blue Peg, Pink Peg, any of our listeners that came over from that, we recently reviewed a game called Nemesis, which really just ripped off the Alien franchise. It's a board game, and you basically wake up from hibernation pods, and these aliens are on the ship, and you get secret objectives that you can't give to your other crew members that you're playing with. So generally, everybody's trying to accomplish an objective. You can kind of work together, but there's also, like, maybe some of the crew members are going to kill you. And so we started playing this, and Christina, who's one of our co-hosts, you know, she gets her objective, and I just happened to glance up, and she's like staring at my number, and I was like, she's gonna kill me. Like, she got the objective that says to kill me. And I was just thinking about that scene with, like, Ian Holm, and he, like, of all the murder implements that he could have used, he decided to put a magazine in Sigourney Weaver's mouth to kill her. Like, what are you doing? Like, you're the worst AI ever. You have super strength. You could just, like, do anything. Why are you killing her with, like, a weekly digest? I don't get it.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. That is a good point. That sounds like a fun game too.
Yeah, it's pretty good, man. We'll I'll see if I can grab it, and if you wanna do a little board game at some time, bud.
Yeah, we can get on. What is it? Tabletopia. Table tilapia. It's a fish.
Tilapia,
table fish.
It's a table fish. Yeah.
Hey, what are your Letterboxd reviews for this?
I got a good one. All right, you ready? Now this is from Sav. Yeah. It's a full 5-star review. All right, he likes it. Yeah, I scratch that. He loves it. Okay, Ripley is the sexiest woman to ever live. This movie is so crazy and awesome and cool. Awesome movie. I like it when that one guy turns to milk.
Don't we all? Ripley was a crush. I have a 4.5-star review from a Demi Adajigbe. I'm going to pretend that I got pretty close. They say, if you're going into space, I think that you should leave your cat at home. He does not need the stress. And I agree with that. But I found another review, and that was just one I agreed with. I was like, hey, man, bro, I mean, definitely.
Isn't it weird that I put you on the spot and, like, pitted both of your cats against the alien, and then you had picked a Letterboxd review that involved a cat? It's like you knew.
Yeah, I mean, the cat's a big part of the movie. And then we have one from Lucy here. We got a 5-star from old Lucy back in 2017. Lucy says, imagine a version of this where everything is exactly the same, except the sound of silence plays every time the alien appears.
I mean, I'm sure someone out there could make that version happen. Like, it could be that hard, right? You just put it in there.
Yeah, that's easy. That's easy. If you can compile all 3.5 minutes of cat scenes, you can go through and do this.
Man, all right. So we covered my 3 and your 2. So I need to do my 2. Is that right? I think that's where
you're up. You're up.
This will come as no shock to anybody who knows me and knows the movies that I love. I am a huge fan of the movie Jaws.
Jaws. Nice.
We're gonna need a bigger boat. Steven Spielberg, banger. I can't think of a monster movie. And I mean, you could argue that this is maybe not a monster movie, but you'd be an idiot.
It's
a monster movie.
Yeah, you'd be wrong.
Yeah, you'd be wrong.
It's a creature feature.
Yeah, a creature feature that just is better than this one. I mean, it's so freaking good. It's shot so well. The acting is so good, you know? And this sucker, you know, it was released in 1975, directed by, of course, Steven Spielberg, starring Roy Schneider, Robert Shaw, and Richard Dreyfuss. And I particularly love Robert Shaw's Quint in this movie. Apparently he was just hammered the whole time.
Oh, doll's eyes.
But that whole scene, like the arc of that scene, they're sitting there, they've kind of been, Shaw's been confrontational with them, antagonistic even, and they're sitting around that table, and him and Hooper are starting to sort of bond a little bit. They're sharing scar stories, and it's very friendly and amiable, and we kind of haven't liked Quentin to this point, and we're kind of getting to know him, and they're bonding, and then freaking Chief Brody goes, "What's that scar?" And then all of a sudden Robert Shaw, it's like the sound of silence speaking of which goes on him, and he's like, "I was on the U.S." And he starts telling the story of, the ship that delivered
Indianapolis,
the bomb.
right?
Yeah, the Indianapolis that delivered the bomb. And 150 men went in the water, or however many, And,
which is an incredible true story. I mean, that story by itself, if you look into that, it's incredible. That would make a good... Yeah, dude, I love that delivery. I didn't mean to cut you off, but he has this the only way I can describe it is chocolatey way that he says, "Black like a doll's eyes." Yeah. Like, it's... Something the way he says it, I think about it all the time. Anytime I see a doll, I think about that phrase.
Yeah, and that scene, like just the arc of it, the way it plays out, it's so good. I mean, there's and I was recently talking to a good friend of mine, and he's a hater. He's a hater.
What?
Yeah,
who? He hates Jaws?
Yeah. Well, he said I can't watch that movie because the mechanical shark looks so dumb, and I'm like,
what?
Like, bro. Come on.
That's a good looking mechanical shark.
Yeah,
for
1975, I will, and I do have to acknowledge there are a couple of scenes where they're pulling it through the water, and it just looks, it looks like what it is. It looks like a fake shark being pulled through the water. I'll admit that. But, like, other than that, the big scene where it's, like, jumped over the back of the boat, and, like, Robert Shaw is sliding down towards its mouth, and he's fighting, and it's just like, cha-cha-cha-cha-cha, and, like, he's doing this like blood curdling scream. Like, how do you not think that that's a great scene, mechanical shark or otherwise?
It's a great scene. It's a great movie. I had a lot of turmoil to not put Jaws on my list. I opted for the gutsy ripoff with Piranha.
Yeah.
But Jaws is right there, man. I like them both a lot.
And it's tight, man. There isn't like a superfluous scene in that whole movie. Every single scene drives it forward. And what's more villainous than the shark is the bureaucrat, the politician. Now, if that doesn't tell you the truth, Trav, I don't know what does.
That's true. That reflects real life. There's also another bit of, I guess, true crime trivia about that. They think that one of the extras in that film is a woman that had gone missing. And they identify her by her outfit in the background of a scene, and they're like, we think that's her, and that might have been the last time she was ever seen was in this movie. What? Did you know about that, Kev?
Oh my God. I just got cold chills when you said that.
Yeah.
Holy
real thing.
Crap. No, I had no idea about it. That is really creepy. So, like, she was an extra on the film. She was in the back of the scene. And then she just never heard from again. Like, did they think someone on the movie set murdered her? Did she run off with somebody? What happened?
She's a famous Doe, I guess you could say, Jane Doe. She's considered the Lady of the Dunes, and I don't know if maybe it has been debunked. I don't think it has, but it says in August of 2015, speculation arose that the Lady of the Dunes may have been an extra in the 1975 film Jaws, which had been shot on Martha's Vineyard, specifically the village of Manishma, about 100 miles south of where she was last seen. But she was wearing the same outfit, and a lot of people were like, "Yeah, that looks a lot like the person who was considered missing."
You just brought the like, this is real creepy. You just brought to this. We're doing horror movies, and you just brought some like real life creepy murder into it. Ugh, man.
Yeah, I guess she hasn't been identified. That's why she's considered the Lady of the Dunes. But they think, based on what she was found wearing, she might have been a person in the film. And I think they even sent out a thing that was like, "Hey, if you were on the set of this film in 1975 and you remember anything, let us know." I don't think anybody reached out because that's like 50 years ago. But
yeah, man. All right,
it's a lead. It's a lead. Yeah.
Well, hey, how about you bring us back up after that dark, depressing murder story and tell us what you found on Letterboxd about this bad boy?
About your movie?
Yeah. Oh, wait.
Don't you?
For some reason, I thought this was on your list too. Holy crap.
No, I wish.
You know, you can tell it's been a while since we've recorded. We're a little rusty, man.
But Piranha 1, I could read Piranhas again. It might even, yeah, you know what? It fits. The one from Piranha 4 Jaws. What are these teens swimming in? What is this, a hazardous waste aquarium? What is this, the sea dump? What is it? Looks like a river jail. What is this? Why would you swim in that?
Awesome. All right, how about I read the Letterboxd for my movie? How about I do that?
Okay.
Let me start there.
Yeah.
It's a short one, but it's from Atticus. He gave it 4 stars, and he said, personally, I would have handled this better.
Like which part? What
I
are you
think
talking
the whole
about?
thing, you know, the whole giant murder shark thing. I think he would have handled it a lot better. That was his opinion.
What would he have done?
I think he would have closed the beaches, and the food source would have went away, and the shark would have scampered off to make more little baby sharks, and no one would have had to die.
Right, yeah, because they didn't want to close those beaches.
Yeah.
They didn't want to close them.
You know, I get it. Like if you're in a tourist area and your whole summer revenue is what gets you through the winter. I mean, I kind of get it, but also that little Kittner boy didn't have to get eaten.
He didn't have to,
but
he did, but he didn't have to.
It's a darn shame. Well, how about your number 1, Trav?
My number 1, Kev, this is the quintessential Halloween movie because it is, in fact, Halloween. 1978's Halloween. John Carpenter's Halloween.
Ooh.
Donald Pleasance, Jamie Lee Curtis, the Queen of Scream, knocking it out of the park here. Dude, I love this movie. I love the first 2 films. I'm coming around on the third one. I didn't like it for a long time because it didn't have Michael Myers in it, and I was like, what is this garbage?
That's Season of the Witch, right?
Yeah, it's okay on its own right, but if you want a Michael Myers movie, it's no good.
No, you gotta take Halloween Season of the Witch and just watch it not as a Halloween Michael Myers movie, and it's pretty cool. Like it's a pretty good horror movie.
Yeah. And this is a franchise that I think like the first, if you setting Season of the Witch aside with Michael Myers, a strong 4 or 5 straight entries before you're really tired of it. I feel like Friday the 13th, my tolerance for that had worn thin earlier on, but this movie is great because I love how, and this is a John Carpenter thing, I think, in that it's simple at heart. There's not a lot of twists and turns. There's not a lot of layers to it. It's just, the backstory. Little boy killed his sister, goes to an asylum for 15 years, comes out hot, and just murdering. And I love Donald Pleasance's character in this because he's almost as scary to me as Michael Myers. He has this unsettling seriousness. Like he knows something, but he's kind of reluctant to tell people. I don't know. The whole kit and caboodle is great. I love its simplicity, and it's it's very textbook horror scares, but I think that's what makes it work so well. It's Halloween, it's dark, kids are out, there's a murderer loose. That's recipe enough for me.
Yeah, I think to a certain extent this movie wrote the textbook for horror scares. Like that whole tension building thing it does where you see Michael Myers in the background, but the victim doesn't. And the way it ratchets up that tension, I can't think of another movie. It's probably not singular in the timeline that happened in previous movies, but man, it's so good the way Carpenter handles it. I mean, the guy's was obviously just a genius when it came to horror movies, but yeah, I absolutely agree with you. And the staging of it and the mood of the movie, it really captures Halloween in a lot of ways, or the fall, the look of the town, and there's always blowing leaves in scenes, and you're kind of gearing up for the holiday, and it's, Trav, that's it. I mean, obviously we're talking Halloween movies, so you made a good pull there, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. And I do have to say, I think the reason that franchise really sticks out is, obviously Carpenter and Pleasance is good and the whole backstory, but I don't know that anybody else besides Jamie Lee Curtis could pull that off. The Queen of Scream really, she doesn't phone it in, man. No. She's really solid in those. So yeah, big fan.
That movie has been rebooted, or that franchise has been rebooted, what, like 4 or 5 times now?
Often. Yeah, I haven't caught any. I heard that, I've heard mixed reviews about the most recent reboot. Some dig it and some don't, but
the first
I've not
one was
dug in
pretty
myself.
good. The second one was laughably bad, and then the third one's coming out this Halloween season.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Maybe I'll check it. I've strayed away from those. I like my original. I don't want it sullied by all this new age yet. I don't need that.
Did you see the Rob Zombie ones?
Yeah.
They weren't great.
No.
They weren't great. I liked
They're just kind of there.
bits and pieces. I like that Danny Trejo's character was the only person that was ever nice to Michael Myers, but Michael Myers still just straight up murders him as soon as he gets out. That was something I kind of enjoyed from the Rob Zombie ones. That he's like a shark. He's just he's merciless. He is a force of nature. I mean, that's kind of cool, I guess. But other than that, I was like, I don't know, not my.
Yeah.
bag.
It's kind of like the new metal version of Halloween. It's okay. I can jam to it, but it doesn't replace the original by any stretch.
Yeah.
But I do have some Letterboxd reviews that mostly agree with me. The first one here, believe it or not, Kevin, this just worked out. One of my reviewers also was one of the reviewers I read out for Alien. This is Demi Adejigbe. Just a power user over on Letterboxd, knows how to write a good review, knows how to get me laughing. 4.5 stars from Demi on October. They watched this during the Halloween month, October of 2020. See, this is why I simply don't have sex. 1 second, you're just laying down the pipe, and all of a sudden, the big boy comes in to try and stab you because he's jealous of you and your rockin' hog. I don't need that pressure in my life. Porking is a young man's game. I got bills to pay.
Wow. You know what? By his reasoning, I'm never getting murdered.
That same. Never felt more safe in my life until reading that.
Wow. I don't have a follow up for that. I think you nailed it, man. I think you nailed it.
Yeah. Well, I have a follow up.
Yeah.
I have a second one. This is a 4-star from Aaron, Aaron, Aaron. Also October, 2 days before Halloween 2020. And keep that in mind, 2020. If Michael Myers can wear a mask, then so can you. 4 stars.
That was a good, yeah. Wow, that was like a glimpse into 2 years ago,
So I said 2020. Got to focus on that when I read the review.
Yeah, that was solid.
Michael Myers can wear a mask.
Solid.
So can you.
Topical,
no excuse.
Timely. Although I'm hoping that joke will age like jokes from Murphy Brown. Like they just won't.
I hope so too.
But
yeah.
We'll see. Well, how about my number one, Trav? Are you ready? I know.
I'm trying to even internally guess what it could be.
Why don't you throw a guess at me? What do you think it is?
Dude, I don't know. When did Poltergeist come out? I don't know. I don't know, bud.
Yeah?
You're just going to have to surprise me.
I mean, The Thing came out in the 80s, so it can't be The Thing.
Yeah. Can't be The Thing.
What if I
don't know.
What if I told you it had zombies in it?
It had. Oh, okay. So it's zombies ate my neighbors.
That's a video game, Trav.
Young Frankenstein.
Actually, I do love Young Frankenstein, but that's more of a horror comedy. No, Trav, my number one is Dawn of the Dead.
Of course, of course.
Yes, directed by George A. Romero, the master, starring David M. Ken Foray, Scott Ranger, and Galen Ross. Who, man, you talk about. I'm going to say it. The best zombie movie ever made.
It's good, dude. I'd have a hard time arguing with you on that.
It is
so I'm not even going to try it.
Good. And I can admit it maybe has some shortcomings. I think there is some, especially like, shucks, I can't remember the character's name right now. It just popped out of my head. But the blonde actor that's a really good shot with his machine gun. For some reason gets really erratic when they're trying to move the trucks to block the doors, and it just doesn't make any sense why he's doing that and he gets bit, other than maybe just he's suffering from some momentary psychosis. But other than that, like, the characters behave in such a sort of believable way, and deal with the horror of the situation in a way that I could see people really doing. There's this great scene early on where they're trying to get to the helicopter. You know, everything is just starting to break loose, and they're trying to get to the helicopter. And there's a tense standoff down by the docks, and with a couple of guys, and they end up resolving it, and they're hopping in the helicopter, and like one of the guys that they had kind of need to resolve this with says, "Hey, do you guys got any cigarettes?" And they're like, "Nah, we're all out." And as soon as they get in the helicopter, they're all lighting up smokes. And it's just like such a fun, and they kind of look at each other for a second like, "Oh, we were all lying. Okay, great." And it's such a like a perfect way of how things kind of start to fall apart. And there's just like, and obviously, you know, it's Ramiro, so you get some social commentary there about consumerism. Obviously, they're coming to the mall for a reason.
Yeah, that
kind of thing. And it's just so well done. Now, I know, like I said, it has some shortcomings, but I have so much nostalgia for this movie. I would say my senior year of high school, I probably watched this movie 30 times, at least, that senior year of high school.
Wow.
Which is
why?
I had like 2 jobs, right? And I was going to school. And I was sort of doing some acting stuff at that time. So I had no time for friends. So whenever I had free time, I didn't hang out with friends. I just watched like a really good horror movie or a really cheesy horror movie from the 80s. And more often than not, I would just slide in Dawn of the Dead like I was hanging out with an old friend. I don't know if that's cool or if that's sad. Where are you weighing in on that, Trav?
Oh, well, it's like it's a cool version of sad. It's like, that's a cool way to be sad.
It's like if the Fonz gave up his leather jacket, but it was to help an orphan. You know, it's that kind of cool sad combination.
That's a cool. I'm gonna start calling that. That's a cool sad right there.
That's a cool.
That's pretty cool sad.
Have you seen this one?
Oh yeah, of course. Yes.
Yeah. What is a scene? What is the scene in this movie that sticks with you?
I don't know about specific scene. I do think that the zombies look great for 1978. I buy into that pretty hard. I was always impressed with that too. Because I feel like this movie doesn't look like it's that old. I don't know if it's how it's shot or there's something about it, but it's got a lot of color for a zombie movie. I feel like now they make a point to make everything kind of washed out and decrepit, but this is like, you know, this isn't like we've been in the apocalypse for years zombie movie. We're fresh and we're running. We got guns. Let's go.
Yeah.
It's good. There is a scene where there's I think there's a meat freezer scene. I mean, you've seen it 30 times, Kev. You'd probably know it beat by beat.
Right.
I don't know. I'm just going to say a meat freezer scene. Does that say anything to you?
I mean, well, when you're talking about Frozen scenes, there's a scene in the skating rink where they're like learning how to shoot at mannequins. Is that what you're?
Oh, that does stick out to me. Yeah,
that's a good one. That's a good one. There, like I said, there's a ton of really great scenes in this one. And of course, you spawn some pretty famous lines. And you know what? Honestly, the Zack Snyder remake was pretty good. Like, it was pretty enjoyable. It wasn't as good as the original, but I definitely enjoyed it. Now, I will tell you also, a little Donkey Dunk, that's a real name, on Letterboxd, enjoyed this one. They rated it 3.5 stars, and the review, I'm still trying to wrap my mind around, is back in the good old days when people didn't get offended by everything.
Oh, come on.
What context does that have in Dawn of the Dead? Like, was Dawn of the Dead made better by not being offensive? Or is it offensive? Like, why is it offensive? Why? What?
That shouldn't impact your opinion of it today or then at all.
But either way, whether it is offensive or not, I really love this movie. There is no time you could pull this movie out and ask me to watch it, I would be upset about it. Now, I will say it is a particularly hard movie to get a hold of. The rights are held up. Apparently, they were trying to put out a 3D version of this. We talked about Piranha 3D, bringing it back with Dawn of the Dead 3D, and for some reason, they sunk a lot of money into this 3D production for this, and so they're trying not to re-release the movie so that it'll be a big push to get people to the theaters. At least seems like that's why it's stuck in limbo, and we can't get like a really, like a 4K cut of this movie, which would be really, really amazing. I would buy 30 copies of it and give it to all my friends, like you, Trav.
Yeah, I was going to say I'm watching a 720p version of it on YouTube right now. That's not too bad.
Yeah,
but 4K would rule. 4K would be nice. Yeah,
you can get it. And I also did appreciate the vinyl scores. 4.5 review just says banger.
You can't argue with that.
Why would you want to?
It'll change the way you go to a mall. That's for sure. Yeah, you won't look at a mannequin the same. 100%.
Yeah, there is that one scene where they're like, he's running by a set of mannequins, and you think it's all mannequins, and then boom, zombie jumps out. It's a zombie. Which zombie must have been just hanging out there for a while, like, I've got the perfect trap. They have no idea.
Not a zombie move. They're not very forethinking, but these zombies are, again, they're fresh. Might still have some neurons firing in the old strategy piece of the brain.
Well, man, you and I have weighed in on our favorite movies from the 70s. That just happened to be horror movies. What about Uncle Doug? What do you think? I've got his number 2 or runner-up, depending on how you want to look at it here. Trav, he didn't tell you, so I get to surprise you with it. Though I bet you won't be that surprised.
Well, there's only one way to find out. Let's. Did he write you a note?
He did. Yeah, he handwritten. Yeah. He actually wrote it on the back of like a power bill, like the envelope for a power bill, which I thought was kind of
Appalachia Power.
Right.
He hates them. I'm surprised he keeps the bills.
Well, his number 2 or runner-up movie was released in 1971, and it is a Steven Spielberg film called Duel.
Oh, I have not seen that, Kev, or Uncle Doug. Please don't be disappointed.
Oh, my God. He's going to make you watch it with him. He's going to pat on the couch right beside him, and you're going to have to sit down and do it. It's written by Richard Matheson, stars Dennis Weaver, Jacqueline Scott, and Eddie Firestone. And just briefly, if you're not familiar with this movie, it's great. It really, Uncle Doug picked a good one here. The general premise is it's a road rage incident. A guy that's driving a red Plymouth Valiant irritates somebody driving a semi-truck, and the semi-truck driver just proceeds to pursue and torment this guy in the Valiant for the length of a movie. And Spielberg, talking about it, he said he sort of envisioned it as a Hitchcock-esque movie. Like, that's the kind of tension that he wanted to build while he was doing this movie. And it's a good one. Uncle Doug picked the banger. But do you know what he had to say about it? Trav, this might.
I'm curious. Yeah.
Uncle said, "I'll tell you this. If that truck driver had messed with me like that, he wouldn't have been happy, because I know how to work on trucks and people's jaws." And to tell Travis there's a snake in there, it tries to bite a guy and ask him to bring back my Sawzall. I got to work on the damn porch tomorrow morning.
He told me I could keep that till Thursday. Whatever. Well, I'm glad he told me about the snake. That's the nicest thing he's ever done, is alert me to not watch a movie.
Yeah, he definitely teases you about being scared of snakes. But there is a scene in there where a rattlesnake. Like, the truck knocks over an aquarium that has a rattlesnake in it, and the guy falls over the aquarium, and the rattlesnake's just like, just striking over and over and over again and rattling that little tail, Trav. Like, I could see you're trying to be a good sport right now, but legitimately, I see some sweat popping out on your forehead.
That's a no bueno, bud. I don't know if I'm getting in there. Maybe you have to timestamp it and I can skip past that part. That's real heebie-jeebie business right there. Jeez Louise.
It is.
Well, I'm glad Doug enjoyed that one. I'll have to check it out, but I'll have to put on my snake glasses. Blurs out the snakes. Well, are you ready for Doug's number 1?
I am. I'm having a hard time figuring out what it might be. Like, I'm pretty excited here.
I was really surprised by this too, and maybe not. Maybe I shouldn't be, because again, the guy, he's seen a ton of movies. He's got a massive DVD bin.
Yeah, he does.
You never really know where he's going to come from. His number 1 movie just so happens to be 1976's The Town That Dreaded Sundown. Have you seen this movie?
Yeah, that's the serial killers in a town, kind of like Zodiac killer-esque sort of scenarios.
little bit, yeah, yep. You're not wrong there. It's directed by Charles Pierce, stars Ben Johnson, Andrew Prine, and Don Wells. And it is honestly, it has a bit of a Texas Chainsaw Massacre bend to it, where it's being based on true events, where that's loosely based on Ed Gein. This is also loosely based on some unsolved crimes by a phantom killer that actually struck a town of the Texarkana, Arkansas. And so they riff on that a little bit, and it's got a sort of a documentary feel to it, I think. And hooded berserk killer coming through the town does the whole Lover's Lane murder, that old thing. They do that one right out of the gate. So it's one of those movies. Again, they put it on the cover too. Like it's based on a true story, but they took a ton of liberties with this true story, as they tend to do. So Doug was a huge fan of that one, and it's for a reason that is so Uncle Doug. I mean, I'm thinking this is a good movie, Uncle Doug, but then he tells you why he likes it, and you're like, oh, come on. He says, I just love that dang old movie, man. Oh, by the way, I'm reading. He used like a full college ruled notebook paper page for me. I don't know where he got it.
I mean, hey, I'm not trying to get mad at Doug. I'm just saying maybe he's playing favorites here. Loans you a Sawzall, gives you a nice piece of college rule paper, and I get the back of a power bill envelope.
Yeah. And Andy warned me about snakes. I might be his favorite. So anyway, he says, I just love that dang old movie, man. Pretty sure it's real too, based on true happenings. Dang thing has me pegged because I also don't care for Sundown, and not for any phantom killer reasons, because that's when all the gnats and skeeters get riled up when I'm trying to sip my hooch on the deck. If y'all boys are okay with me essentially listing a documentary as my number one, then that's what I choose. I still won't long haul truck through Texarkana over it. Signed UD. And he spelled phantom. Didn't know there was a T in it, poor fella. But
that's a brilliant summation of both the movie, and he signed it. He didn't even sign mine. He just handed it to me. It was kind of crumpled up too. I'm not upset. I'm not upset. I'm not a little bitter. It's just seems like he's playing favorites. That's all.
Did you? Because I told him, I said I'm going to read these out on the podcast, make it legible.
Oh,
and that might have made him get fancy.
Yeah, I guess too, asking him, hey, what's your second favorite movie? I guess that was sort of a weird thing for me to do. Maybe he was a little put off by that, and I didn't really explain what it was for. So,
oh, that was probably it. You're like, write it down. No, don't tell me out loud. I want you to write it down immediately.
Well,
yeah, that probably did weird him out, but. The old he dreads Sundown, but not because of a killer. It's just he doesn't like the bugs swarming around his face while he's trying to sip hooch on his trailer porch. But that's okay.
Yeah, I asked him. I said, Uncle Doug, you're drinking hooch. You always call it hooch. What are you actually drinking? Yeah. And he said, it's hooch.
Yeah, which I think that's just anything he makes in the trailer.
That's about it, man.
If it doesn't have a Miller Lite label on it, he just calls it hooch. He doesn't know.
That's right. Well, I can tell you this, Trav, we've done it. We've made it through our top 5 1970s horror movies, and we even got Uncle Doug's favorite 1970s horror movies in there. I mean, is that impressive or what?
Yeah, and we only had one overlap, I think. Yeah, one overlap, which was Alien. So that means between the two of us, or between the three of us, if you include Uncle Doug, you got 11 movies there that are solid recommendations. If you got some misses you need to catch up on, we got 11 70s bangers.
Yeah, there was not a bad movie in there. So, hey, we're grateful to everybody that's listening. Keep listening to the episodes that are coming. We're going to have some more bonus episodes popping up along the way, and before too long, we'll start working on season 2, right, Trav?
That's right. Can't wait.
Wow. If you like what just happened, well, you might like our other shows. For more Trav, head to the Polymedia Network and check out his other podcasts. And if you like me, seek out the podcast Blue Peg, Pink Peg. It's a board gaming podcast where we talk about board games, relationships, and the interaction between the two. And if you like everything that's going on over on the Polymedia Network, why don't you hop on the Patreon and kind of support us out a little bit. And there's tiers for everybody on there, and we sure would love to have your support. If you're in the Roanoke area, check out Big Lick Conspiracy. You can catch Trav and I on stage doing improv, doing our thing. And we want to thank our pal Harvest Black for our theme song. And just like our Uncle Doug always says,
Happy Halloween! Or rather, when there's no more room in hell, the dead will walk the earth.